also like got like plenty of death threats and people that knew my address, for example. And I almost went to the police with this one, but I did not because I was just lazy. I was like a lot of paper thing. I have like 10 full-time jobs. I have no time to like go for it, but like someone's trying to kill me. My name is Matheus. I'm 27 years old. I'm from Brazil. I've been living in the Netherlands for 7 years. I used to study here, and then I graduated during the pandemic, and I was like, what the hell am I supposed to do in my life? And I started doing some photography, some video making. After 1 year of like looking for jobs non-stop, not being able to find, I had a friend that had like this perfect TikTok plan, and he was like, with the 5 group of friends, we sat over there, and then he was like, okay, in order to like have a successful career on social media, you have to do this and this and this and this and this. And then we all agreed on like post videos every day for a month. But everyone stopped, and I was the only one doing it. And I'm still here after 3 years. They even gave me like a ring light, and they were like, you are going to do this? And it really helped me in my social media manager job as well, because I could only find my first job because I showed that I knew how to do social media. So
like you have the bright aura, you're warm and everything. So I want to know, have you always been this way?
Yes and no. Yes, because I was always this person, but at the same time, I feel like I held back many times of my life because in the childhood, I was like bullied a lot. And I was always like with my group of friends, and I was always like that with them. But at the same time, if I would be at home or if I'm in other places, I would be a bit different than I am right now. But I always had the creative mindset. I always wanted to do something creative, but I was pretty much lost in the process of like what I want for my career. I remember that my first dream job was being a music producer, but then I discovered that you had to play like all these instruments, and I was like, no knowledge about it, never played anything, never had parents that were able to invest in like something like this. Then my first dream job was to be an economist. Why? Because I don't even know math. Like I don't even know how to count 2 + 2. So I was very much like, okay, I don't think I'd be an economist. And then I ended up like studying tourism in Brazil, which I found out that like I had to do so many things like learning how to properly clean the hotel, what are the rules of the hotel, and I was like, no, this is not for me. And then I'm here, and then I'm doing what I do. So I knew that I was this person, and I knew that I had a talent for it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like I doubt myself many of the times in the process.
I know you get a lot of love.
I do get a lot of hate as well.
Well, you do get a lot of hate as well. Why do you think that you mostly targeted a lot?
I feel like for us, like expats, people that moved from a different country to the Netherlands, we can post about literally anything. We can post like, I don't like this little thing, and they would treat us completely different compared to like if it would be a Dutch person saying that they don't like something. And the truth is that people are mean to everyone. People on the internet like are the worst. Like, but how do you let this interfere in your feelings? I don't really see these comments as like, oh my god, I feel really sad. I'm like, what the hell this person is doing? This is not alright. I'm not gonna let these people think that this is alright to post, so let me save them. Let's go and let's show how awful people are and how this is not acceptable. Because I feel like I do have an audience, I have a platform, so I feel like I can perhaps help other creators to feel more ease when it comes to like receiving hateful messages. If they don't like your videos, if they don't like my videos, just ignore, just pass, just don't follow me.
The first time you saw it, how did that make you feel? So what has helped you get better or be more vocal?
The first hateful wave that I had was pretty much during the pandemic. I made a video about how it was not alright to be raving at the Voodoo Park. And I thought, oh, everyone's gonna be with me. Like, everyone's gonna be like, okay, people are really dying and it's really serious. And I won't receive like that many messages. And I was not even aware that I was gonna receive many messages because I never had a video with like that many views.
Yeah.
And then I had so many people like saying awful things to me because I was telling people to not rave in the park when people were dying. I was like confused, scared, but at the same time, I was very much like, I know that I'm not wrong. I know that this is not like, I'm not telling people to do something horrible. I'm telling people to be more mindful towards other people that are dying literally. I never felt really like oh my God, I'm really bad. I feel really like sad. I was very much like, I'm right and you are wrong. And that gave me like a new view to be like, okay, let me do more content. Let me just like piss them off a little even more if they are really like saying horrible things because I'm telling people to stay at home when people are dying. Then I was like, it's not my problem. It sounds like a you problem.
Have you ever had to delete any content or video that you felt like, okay, this is going to be too much. I'm going to tone it out a bit and do something else?
There was one video recently that got me really upset and sad. That was like a shooting that happened in Rotterdam. And then I was at the office. I just went downstairs and I made a video about like, this happened in the hospital in Rotterdam. And I have like a happy face. I look happy all the time because that's my face. That's something I can do. And then I had so many comments of people saying that like, you looked too happy in this video. You were like smiling while people died. And I was like, I'm not smiling. I just have a happy face. So I had to do like a second video, like saying I was not happy. I was just telling what happened and that's my face. So that was like one of the only times that I was like, oh my God, because like I'm just me. I mean, people understood completely different. And I understand that like I look happy because I have a happy face. So then I felt awful in the sense. I was like, oh my God, I really don't want people to think that I'm that person that was happy telling you about a shooting. There's so many things that can happen when you're making a video. So, and you tend to think that you are aware of all the possibilities, but there's always a new possibility that you're not aware and you didn't notice. Like this is one of the only times that I felt truly bad. But I also like got like plenty of that threats and people that knew my address, for example. And in that sense, I felt a little bit bad as well. Like I was like scared a little bit because I was like, what the hell? This is scary. And I almost went to the police with this one, but I did not because I was just lazy. Honestly, like there was like a lot of paper things and I was like, I have like 10 full-time jobs. I have no time to like go for it, but like someone's trying to kill me. Like I was public about it. I made a video about it and then I said that I was gonna do this in case, and then the person stopped. So then that was the only moment that I truly felt like, what the hell, I'm scared. And then for a while I stopped doing videos like close to my house, but then now I'm like, I have no time. I'm back to doing videos close to my house. Don't come to my house. I know that many people know where I live, but don't come to my house.
If you could stop yourself from doing one thing now, what would it be?
I would say that being a people pleaser, because I have like a tendency to say yes for many things all the time, especially for work. I think I'm working so much and I really wish I knew my limits and I knew how to like just say no in general, because sometimes I would like to like step myself a little bit more and not be scared of how people would perceive my no's. And no's are valid, no's are important. You need to understand that sometimes you're not feeling it, sometimes you are not at your best, and I really struggle to just say no. I reach my limits many times because like I have a 32 hours full-time job, an 8 hours job. I do my own social media. I'm a photographer sometimes, so I'm literally always working. And then sometimes I'm like, fuck, I don't think I have like the energy to go to this event or something, and then I go anyways. And sometimes I'm like, maybe you should change that. That's something that I want differently this year. Be more responsible and mindful towards myself.
Do you have any other goals that you set for yourself this year that you want to see accomplished or see come true?
I would love to do some TV. Like, I know that's something that is very far away from my reality right now. Not because of my numbers, because if I would be a Dutch person with my numbers, I would be like flying. I would be like in every single event, doing all these things. But because I'm international, I know that things are way harder for me. So, but at the same time, that's a dream that I really want to achieve. Like, perhaps like having like a travel in the Netherlands program where I go through different cities. I would love to have it, or do a reality TV eventually. But my biggest accomplishment that I want is actually learn Dutch. Birth certificate to English or Dutch, which can cost like around 200, I would say.